Is that a bird? Well, good morning. Welcome back to everybody watching us remotely or on the recording. Happy July. If you have 2 blocks, we're going to use 2 blocks. If you don't have 2 blocks, you can grab a couple of cushions from your couch. That totally will work. Or some very big books. And we'll get started lying down.
Okay.
So we will lie down with the blocks handy. So set up the blocks on either side of your mat so they're within reach. And then slowly, maybe using your abdominal muscles, maybe the spine, we'll lie down. Starting out with arms wide, palms facing up, tucking those shoulder blades towards one another. Walk your feet so that they're nice and wide as your mat. And take some left and right with the knees. Beginning our practice with a gentle warm up, a loosening of the hip joints. And maybe even a little bit of release in the lower back. Hi, Donna, come on in. Inhaling to center, exhaling to one side. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the other side. And rather than focusing on how far those knees can move, see if you can focus on the sensation. The sensation of knees falling left and right. Where do you feel the effects of this movement? Inhaling knees to center, exhaling to one side. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the other side. So if you're just joining us remotely, have 2 blocks or cushions available. One more time, we'll inhale to center, exhaling to one side. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the other side. And back through center, let those knees touch. Let the knees touch. And arms can float up to cactus arms, if that works for you. If your hands don't touch the ground, it's a good time to find your blocks or cushions and let the back of the hands rest on the blocks. Otherwise, pausing here, eyes closed or a soft, steady gaze. Begin to deepen your breath. Deepening breath, slow and steady. In and out of the nose. And with each exhalation, imagine that your arms get heavy. Your next exhalation, imagine shoulders getting heavy, releasing to the mat, to the ground. Your next exhalation, hips and buttocks get heavy. Next time you exhale, feet get heavy. Noticing as you breathe how it feels to release. And take 3 more slow, steady breaths here. Maybe you set an intention for your practice. Phrasing it in the present tense, I am present. I am flexible. I am peaceful. And at the end of that third slow, steady breath, open the knees up, move the feet close together, and then let them fall apart, placing blocks underneath thighs or knees. For recline Baddha Konasana, I'm done. I'll give you these just as soon as I'm done modeling. So blocks underneath shins or knees or thighs. Thighs give you a little bit more opening. So maybe you want to start with the blocks underneath shins and knees. And arms can stay alongside you, palms face up, or they can float up to cactus. Notice how this feels for the lower back. And notice when you draw navel to spine, how that lower back draws a little closer to the mat. Maybe that feels a little better for you to have abdominals engaged, navel drawing to spine. Now, this isn't for everybody. You can also play with a higher height of blocks. Higher height is just fine. Again, underneath knees. Inviting release and opening. And slowing the breath down. Drawing navel to spine. Beginning our practice with a little bit of yin yoga. In yin yoga, we take a posture supported by props and we hold it, inviting release. So following breath in and out for 5 more rounds, 5 more rounds of breath. Remember paying attention to that lower back, drawing navel to spine. That supports your back. And at the end of that 5th round of breath, reach down and help the knees to come together. And then hug one knee and the other to chest. Hands on opposite knees, so there's a little bit of space between thighs. And take some rocks left and right. Come back through center. Inhale, open those knees away from one another, circle them away, and then draw them towards you. So circling these knees away from one another and then towards you. Taking a nice deep breath as you open up. Exhale as thighs, knees draw together and close to the chest. Noticing how this helps you to slow it down. And next time knees and thighs come together, hug the chest, rocking gently left and right. And then open up your arms either alongside you, palms face up, or cactus arms, or maybe even Texas T, arms level with your shoulders on the floor. Let the knees fall to the right, but keep that left shoulder anchored. Left shoulder stays anchored on the mat. Inhale, use your abdominals, knees come back to center. Exhale, let the knees fall to the left, but keep that right shoulder anchored. And you can look to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, let the knees fall to the right. Just a little bit to the right, gentle twist to begin. Left shoulder anchored. Remember, if you have any lower back issues, take it real easy with this twist. Inhale, use those abdominals, navel to spine. Knees come back to center. Exhale, they fall over to the left as you look to the right. Inhale, navel to spine back through center. Hug knees to chest one more time. Gently rocking left and right. Right foot comes onto the mat, left ankle rests on right thigh. So recline pigeon. We'll warm up that hip a little bit more, moving knee towards us and away from us. Moving the knee, the left knee towards us and away from us, all on its own. And then open that knee away from you. Left knee reaches away, and this may be a sufficient stretch, a sufficient opening for you. And if not, you can place your block underneath your right foot so that right thigh comes a little closer. And your other option is left hand reaches between the opening of the legs, hands clasped behind that right thigh as you draw the right thigh towards you. Keeping that left knee opening away. Left knee opening away from you, feeling into the left glute, the left piriformis, breathing deeply. So it should feel good if you have any sciatic nerve issues. Gentle stretch to the piriformis. Making space for that sciatic nerve. Breathing deep. Extend your right leg up into the air. Feel into the back of that right leg. And circle the right ankle in one direction. And then the other. And then pause here, maybe drawing that right thigh a little closer. If you care to deepen the stretch. Sending breath where you feel sensation. Breath and awareness. And then right foot comes down onto the mat. Cross your left knee over right knee. So you're stacking knee to knee. So it's different from reclined pigeon. You've got your left knee over right knee, just like you're sitting in a chair with your legs crossed. And then lift that foot off the mat, holding onto knees or shins or ankles. The deeper stretch is when we find our ankles. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Exhale, draw those knees a little closer to you. And release. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Draw knees, shins, or ankles a little closer to you, feeling into that left glute. And release. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together, then draw those knees closer to you, either by holding onto ankles or shins or knees. And release. One more time for this nice deep stretch to the piriformis. Inhale, squeeze those inner thighs together. Exhale. Draw those knees, shins, ankles closer to you. Breathing here. And then release. Feet come nice and wide again onto the mat. Take some left and right with your knees. Back through center, hug knees to chest. Breathing into lower back. Imagine sending breath to the lower back. And then left foot rests on the mat. Right ankle rests on left thigh. So we're coming to the other side with reclined pigeon. Inhale that right knee towards you. Exhale, reach it away. Lubricating the hip joint a bit more. Opening that right knee away from you. Stay here, feeling into the right glute. Option number 2, slide a block underneath your left foot. So that left thigh comes a little closer. And your final option is reach that right hand between the opening of the legs, clasping hands behind left thigh, drawing you even closer. And maybe you notice that you can press your right elbow into your right inner thigh, opening that right knee away from you even more. Breathing in and out of this stretch, sending breath, imagining that you can send breath to the place where you feel sensation. Maybe it's in the inner thigh and hip. Noticing and breathing. And then extend that left leg up into the air. Circle ankle in one direction. And then the other. Maybe you draw that left thigh a little closer to you. And then left foot comes down onto the mat, just as we did on the other side. Stack the right knee on top of left, so now you're knee to knee. As if you're sitting in a chair cross-legged, knee to knee. And then lift that foot off the mat, holding onto knees or shins or ankles. If you find your ankles, you're probably going to feel that sensation in the right glute. That's a good sign. That's what we're isolating. Here is the piriformis muscle in the right glute. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Exhale, draw knees closer to you. Whether you're drawing knees with hands on knees or shins or ankles. Release. Inhale, squeeze those inner thighs together. Exhale, drawing knees closer to you. Breathing. Release that engagement. Inhale, squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale, draw knees closer to you. Breathing here. Release. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Exhale, draw those knees closer to you as you breathe. We're holding a little longer on this side for no real reason. Release. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Exhale, draw those knees closer to you. And then exhale. Uncross the knees. Feet come nice and wide, knees touch. So knocked knees with feet wide. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Cross, so you hold on to opposite elbow and take some left and right with those elbows. Nice gentle opening for the shoulders. If you're noticing sensation in lower back, engage those abdominals. Imagine drawing hip bones towards navel, navel to spine. So that reduces compression in the lower back, and it gives you an opportunity to work with abdominal muscles. Next time, elbows draw to the left, circle up, overhead to the right. Take a few more circles here. Inhaling, circling overhead, exhale to the right and pause. Inhale, elbows draw to the right, circle up overhead, over to the left and across the chest. Inhale to the right, overhead, exhale to the left. And keep that fluid movement going. One more time, over to the right, up overhead, and then pause, either with arms in cactus shape or alongside you, palms face up. Breathing here, 3 breaths. And then open those knees, hands come to thighs, feet are up in the air. And we'll do a spinal rock up, resting on sits bones. So toes touch down, We're lifting through the heart, shoulders roll back. So this is modified boat pose. Really engage those abdominals, hip bones to navel, navel to spine. You can stay here with toes on the ground, or you can float those toes up in the air. And then touch one toe down, and then the other. So navel to spine, heart lifted, shoulders rolled back. You're either here, lifting one toe and then the other, or you're floating in the air, touching down, one toe and the other. Tuck your chin, opening through the chest. One more either side. Good. And then come to Baddha Konasana, seated, whether you're on the edge of a blanket or flat on your mat. Holding onto shins or ankles. Inhale, chest forward, shoulders roll back. Exhale, tuck that tailbone round through the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, draw navel, chest forward, shoulders roll back. Exhale, tucking round. Inhale, one more time. Tilt that tailbone, navel, chest draw forward. Exhale, tucking around. And sitting up nice and tall, extend your right leg long. Bring the sole of the foot to the inside of your right leg. So, Janu Shirshasana. And those right toes are somewhere between a point and a flex. But we are engaged through that right leg. We're feeling that right thigh reaching down to the ground. Notice how that gives you a little bit of a lift. And with that nice lift, inhale, lengthen up out of hips. Exhale, heart reaches forward, palms float on either side of the right leg. Very gentle opening for the hamstrings. So we're focused on heart reaching forward and breathing. Inhale, lift up. That left foot is flat on the mat. Wrap your hands around that left shin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Nice stretch for the back. And then lift your foot, place it outside the thigh. We'll come to a twist to the left. So wrapping right arm around the knee. Left arm floats in front of you. Inhale, get some length. Exhale, follow the hand, coming into a gentle twist to the left. Fingertips on the floor behind you, getting some more length. Focusing on upper body, particularly if there's any lower back concerns. So rolling that left shoulder back. Maybe looking over left shoulder, getting some good length every time you inhale. And if you want to focus on piriformis muscle on your left side, reaching that glute towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, head comes back to center, the neck. Shoulders, lift your foot up. Give it another hug, getting more length through lower back. And then extend that left leg long. Right foot comes up, sole of the foot presses to the inside of your right leg. Excuse me, left leg. Inhale, we get some length. Exhale, reach that left thigh down. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, heart reaches forward, palms float up. Again, we're taking it easy, just beginning our practice. Heart reaching forward, feeling into the back of your left leg and breathing. Inhale, lifting up, knee comes up, hugging right knee towards chest. And as you hug that right knee towards chest, roll those shoulders back. Yeah. And breathing here into lower back. Next time you inhale, lift your foot up, place it outside your left thigh. And then hook the left arm around the knee. Right arm floats out in front of you. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, follow the hand with your eyes coming into your gentle twist to the right. Right hand is behind you, pushing into the fingertips. You get more length. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll that right shoulder back. Inhale, lengthen, looking over right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, coming back to center with head, neck, shoulders, lifting foot up. Place it on the ground, hugging knee to chest again. And then release, hands come on either side of you, feet nice and wide. And we'll take some left and right with the knees here. This time, feeling into knees and whether or not they're ready to reach towards the floor. And next time, knees, actually, no, we're going to add arms. So as your knees fall to the left, right arm swings. And as your knees fall to the right, left arm swings. Arm level with shoulders. Swinging left and right. And next time knees come up and over to the left, stay here or come up onto your knee, onto your right toe. And open that arm behind you, circling around a few times. Now you can do this down on the mat if you don't want to lift up onto that left knee. Otherwise, you're up here, opening through right arm. And then open, reach arm behind you. Feel that opening through the chest. And come on down. Knees come up and over to the right. So what's important is that your left knee is behind right foot. Your right arm's behind you. We lift up onto that arm and shoulder and begin to circle. Left arm up, back and around, and up onto that left toe, giving you more height, opening through front body, circling around. Remember, hand on shoulder is a modification for shoulders. You can be doing this down on the mat or lift it up. And then wherever you are, open up and pause here. Opening through the pectorals, shoulder, even your back. Feel that shoulder blade reaching towards the spine. And then come on. Nice. Swing those feet around. We'll come to tabletop position. And do some work strengthening muscles in the leg and in the glutes. So starting out here with your right leg extended out to the right, foot is flexed, pressing through the heel. Notice how that helps engage muscles along the leg. Breathing here for 5 breaths. Let the weight of the body rest between both hands. And then swing that arm around, leg around, bend at the knee. Do a little pumping here as if you're bouncing a beach ball with the sole of your foot. And reach that right foot over to the left, opening through right thigh, right hip. Breathing here. And then right knee meets left. Taking cat and cow. Inhale, tilt the tailbone, looking to the top of the mat. Exhale, tuck it back. Inhale, tilt your tailbone, looking to the top of the mat. Exhale, tuck it around. One more time. Inhale, tilt your tailbone, looking to top the mat. Exhale, tuck it. Coming back to neutral spine, extend your left leg out, level with hips, flexing through the foot, pressing through heel, 5 breaths here. And then curl that, bend that knee and pump it. Pump your left foot. And then reach that left foot over to the right, opening through left hip. And come on back down with that left knee, taking 3 cat and cow. Inhale, tilting. Exhale, tucking and round. And next time you tuck and round, keep that round of the spine, curl your toes under. If it works for shoulders to lift up into down dog, we'll inhale, exhale, hips up and back with a nice bend of the knees, reaching thighs and chests towards one another. And if it doesn't work to come up to down dog, find your forward fold. So we're finding a forward fold, whether you're in down dog, moving into forward fold, or coming straight into your forward fold. Knees are bent, head is heavy, feeling the back of the legs, letting the head be heavy. Swing your chin left and right. Opening up through the neck, letting gravity offer a little bit of space in the neck. And then inhale, looking up. Hands come to thighs, pressing into the floor, lifting all the way up. Head is last to come up. And stop stepping to the top of your mat. Stepping to the top of the mat, spread your toes wide. So toes spread wide. Grounding through base of each toe, tip of each toe, and the heel. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, heart reaches forward, bend your knees, find your forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, getting some nice length. Exhale, fold forward and reach the right foot back. Knee comes down, low lunge. So if you have blocks underneath your fingertips, you can move those blocks back so they're underneath your shoulders. Sinking into the right hip, right thigh. Let it be heavy and noticing left foot. You need to move it forward so that your knee is directly over ankle. Either sweeping arms up into the V shape or hands to left thigh and then sweep up to the shape of a V with the arms, tailbone reaching down to the ground. Notice, can you engage your abdominals as tailbone reaches down? Open up into cactus arms. Inhale. Elbows draw back, shoulder blades draw together. Exhale. Draw elbows and palms together. Inhale, open. Exhale, staying steady, tailbone lengthening, pressing into base of front foot, top of back foot. One more time, inhale, open. And then exhale. From here, hands come onto blocks or mat. Curl the toes under, lifting the right knee up. Move that foot a little closer to you, that back foot, and then drop it onto the mat. A bit of an angle on that right foot. Find your left thigh with your hands. And we'll open up into warrior two. So front heel intersecting arch of the back foot. If you need to move that front heel to the center of the mat, go right ahead. If you need to move those toes forward so that when you bend your left knee, it's supported by ankle, go right ahead. And checking out the back arm, level with shoulder. Yes, nice. Knee opening towards left pinky toe. So now we're set. And then sinking it into your warrior two, gazing over front middle. Shoulders are stacked over hips. Back arm comes down to the thigh. We flip the front palm. Inhale, scoop out, up and back for reverse warrior two, keeping a bend in that left knee. Left knee is bent, reaching towards pinky toe. And elbow comes to left thigh. Right hand to right shoulder. Circle that elbow of the right arm up, back, and around a few times with a hand resting on shoulder. And then elbow points up to the ceiling. Stay here or extend your arm up. Opening that right shoulder. Maybe even a little bit of a twist with the ribs spiraling towards ceiling. Pressing into your feet, reach the fingertips up to the ceiling and behind you, coming up. Front leg moving towards straight. We'll shift those hips back and forth a few times. And then hips shift back. We'll come to modified triangle. If you want to come to full triangle, go right ahead. So right fist resting on right hip. Our left arm extends out. With those hips pressing back, we lean forward. This is modified triangle right here. If you want to drop your arm to the inside of your leg, you can, allowing you to roll that right shoulder back a little bit more. And keep your hand on hip or extend the arm up for triangle. Pushing into your feet. Inhale, reaching up with those right fingertips coming out of your triangle. Back foot steps forward. Arms sweep out and up. Palms come together, pausing. Excuse me. And arms sweep down and up. Heart reaches forward, finding our forward fold, head heavy. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward, take a big step back with the left foot. So coming to the other side, left knee lowers down, low lunge. Again, making any adjustments you need to so that that right knee is stacked over right ankle. Left hip and thigh are heavy, tailbone reaching down. And then curl left toes under. Lift your knee up. Is this what I want to do? Yes, I do. Hands on right thigh. Drop that back heel. And then we'll open up into warrior two on the other side. So right knee is over the ankle, reaching towards pinky toe. We've got a nice angle on that back foot. Arms are level with shoulders. Shoulders stacked over hips, gazing over front middle finger. Back hand drops to thigh, flip that front palm. Inhale, reach out, up and back. And then elbow comes down onto the thigh, left hand to left shoulder. I'm going to turn around so I can face you. And circle that elbow up and around a few times. And then elbow points up to ceiling. Or you can extend the arm. Reaching fingertips up to the ceiling, we'll come out of side angle and kind of naturally set ourselves up for triangle. So front leg is moving towards straight, hips shift back and forward, and then they shift back, setting us up for modified triangle. Left hand rests on left hip, curled under. Right arm floats out, palm up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach that right palm. So this is your modified triangle, and you have that option of a hand coming to thigh or the inside of your leg so you can roll that left shoulder back. Keeping hand on hip, or maybe you extend that arm. Spiraling ribs towards ceiling. Again, we're staying here, getting length. Wherever you are, pushing into your feet, come on up out of your triangle pose. Toes face the long edge of your mat, hands on hips. Take a circle here in one direction. And then the other. I'm going to move into some balance work. So if you'd like to be near a wall, set yourself near a wall. Maybe you step off your mat. And we'll come into heron. So weight of the body is in the right leg. So if you want to be along a wall or table, it's on the right side. Hands on hips to start. Left toe balance is on the ground. We start with the arms. Inhale, elbows float up, they bend, and the wrists are soft. And get a nice opening there through the chest. So gently drawing those shoulder blades towards one another, gazing at a spot in front of you, maybe at the wall or floor, anchoring your attention. Imagine drawing hip bones to navel, navel to spine. Lift that knee up for head. And if you like to do fluid work for balance, you can do a little bit of bending forward and coming back with control. Or stay here with your head. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, we land. Hands come to prayer position, pause. Cleansing breaths here. Excuse me. And as you stand here with these cleansing breaths, can you engage your abdominals? Hip bones towards navel, navel towards spine. Tailbone lengthening down. And then we'll come to the other side. So weighted body shifts into the left leg, right toe balances. Inhale, elbows float up, wrists are soft. Again, nice chance to open through chest with the shoulder blades drawn towards one another. Find your drishti, your focal point. Where will you focus? Hip bones to navel, navel draws in, lift that knee. Stay here, or you can work with this tilting forward. Back up again, use those abdominals to help you stay steady, or simply stay here. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we float down and land. Pause here. And then return to the top of your mat, please. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, heart reaches forward, finding our forward fold, and step one foot back, lower the knee down, and then the other. Hands resting on the mat will come to modified plank. So we've got the hands slightly in front of the shoulders. Shift the weight of the body forward, toes lift off the mat. So you feel the weight of the body resting, supported by hands and arms. If it's too much for the wrists, shift back a little bit. Or come to cat and cow with feet back on the mat. Otherwise, we're here in modified plank, strengthening arms, the bones, and the muscles, or you can come to full plank, toes curled under, hips lift up. And knees down wherever we are. Feet come down, press back, find your child's pose, whether you like knees parallel or knees wide with big toes touching. Hips reaching towards heels, forehead rests on the mat or a block. And you have that option of walking fingertips away from you, bringing the stretch into the upper back, shoulders and arms. Breathing here, slowing it down. Inhale, lift your head. Wave the body shifts forward for Sphinx pose. So lengthening the legs out long, elbows underneath shoulders or just in front of the shoulders. Pubic bone presses down as you press elbows into the mat and try to draw them towards you, getting some length here. And then stack your hands, rest one cheek on stacked hands, bend your knees, reach your way to left and right. Lower your legs down, other cheek rests on stacked hands, bend your knees, windshield wiper left and right again. Lower your legs down on the mat and roll onto your back. So I will probably go a few minutes past 10:30 since I started a few minutes past 9:30. If you need to wrap up, move right into Shavasana. So you have some time to integrate. Otherwise, on your back, legs extend up into the air, holding on to the back of the shins. Nice restorative pose. This is a nice way to finish your practice too if you need to stop right at 10:30 or on the hour. If you're watching from home at another time. Breathing here. Slowing the breath down. Three more rounds of breath here. And then hug knees to chest. Notice, does this feel any different from when you did it towards the beginning of your practice? The knees come a little closer. Do you notice any other sensation? And then set yourself up for Shavasana. So legs extend long. Maybe you put your cushions or blanket underneath knees, which is great for lower back. Tuck the shoulder blades towards one another. palms face up or down if that's better for your shoulders. You've got to decide that. Sometimes if pectorals are tight, it's easier to have palms face down. So settling down, settling into your Shavasana, taking this time to absorb the benefits of your practice. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, back of the head gets heavy, resting on the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in. Upper back and shoulders get heavy, resting on the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in. Arms and hands get heavy, resting on the ground. Taking a nice deep breath in. Hips and buttocks get heavy, resting on the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in. Legs get heavy, feeling where legs touch the mat. And taking a nice deep breath in. Heels get heavy, resting on the mat. Pausing here for a few more moments. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Allowing yourself to melt more deeply into your mat. Into deep in your breath. Filling your lungs with breath. Feeling your chest expand. Circling wrists. Circling ankles. Gentle movement, weak the body. And maybe you reach arms overhead, stretching long. Move right to hugging knees to chest. And rolling to one side, pausing there. Three breaths here on your side. And with eyes closed or a soft gaze, slowly press up. Find a comfortable seat. Including your practice with some inward focus, pratyahara. Following breath as it flows in and as it flows out. Left hand floats up to the center of the chest. Right hand rests on top of left. Drop your head. Bowing to self. Honoring self, honoring our bodies. With gratitude for this beautiful sunny day. For our healthy, vibrant bodies. For this time and space to practice yoga. Adding anything else that you're grateful for. And in the spirit of gratitude, we'll inhale, lift our head, eyes float open, and send the vibration of gratitude out into the world. Imagine a big sun or star in the center of your chest, shining out. And I thank you for being with us this summer session. Happy July. May you have a wonderful day, wonderful week. Glad you made it, Suzanne and Stacy. Glad you made it, Anne and Donna in person, and to all our friends joining us at another time on this recording. Best wishes to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, Anne. Good to see you remotely.
Have a good week.
All right, you too, friends.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Okay, great.